Sunday, Sunday. All right. Just popping in. Welcome to my closet. Hiding in my closet. What could be in my closet? Why would she be in her closet? Coming to you live. Totally random, spontaneous. Feature in my closet. So I am recording. I have been working on a recording talking about some of my father's legacy, some of his work, some of his equipment, some of his story, some of my family's story in general around homeopathic test kits, the Vega system, radionics, reflexology, flower essence, just allopathic, holistic, nature-based medicine and theory, based on, well, traditional Chinese medicine, but also just the physics of energy, light, wave, frequency, and our connectivity with all living things. So I just did a recording talking about that because I am holding all of my father's things in my closet. So that's what I'm doing here. The moon is at 9 degrees of Aquarius. Mars is 18 degrees Aquarius. Saturn just yesterday went into Aries and is only a few minutes away from fully conjuncting, exact conjunction with Neptune in Aries. And in the next day or two from this, there will be an eclipse in Aquarius. I believe it's like 28 degrees, I believe. So with the sun at 27 degrees right now, it is actually squaring over to Uranus in Taurus. So I guess maybe hence the spontaneous recording, hopping on live. Again, my intentions were really just, I've been recording about my family and some of the things that I'm moving through in order to relieve myself of the past, walk lighter into this new realm of unknown, uncertainty. And it's been quite emotional. I haven't slept in a couple of days, or at least my sleep's been very restless and disturbed. And so would normally be coming on talking about the tarot or the I Ching or astrology. I am shuffling. But I am just at a loss, really, as to how to show up, And on my other channel, the Off Grid Oracle, I would be on location or in my car. I'd be on a dirt road. I would be exploring. I'd be outside. I would be showing you my dog Itzley and all the things that we do to look for land and freedom and being an Aquarius. These are all themes that are pretty commonplace. But today I'm in my closet. Who's here? Hi. Palasa. I don't know who that is. Shut up. Cool. Leave. You don't have to listen. Yeah, so normally I would be out exploring, talking about the lunar transits and going down dirt roads and thinking about the future and freedom and building and creativity. And but right now, I'm contemplating the end, the final days of the wood snake. So we're still at that very tail end, literally, proverbially, metaphorically, at the tail end of the wood snake, and I'm really feeling it in such an intense way. It's like your skin is sensitive to touch, and it picks up even at a very soft, or you get a little sticker or something, and it zings to your central nervous system. It signals to command center, and I feel like the scales of the old skin, like a scab, it's just hanging on, and sending signals to the central nervous system of this final release. And for me personally, it's been kind of intense. So I wanted to kind of just pop in here and see how everyone else is doing, or just share that with you all. Whoever, for whatever reason, take it if you'd like, leave it if you just want to say, if you want to hang out. What's this? Okay. So the cards flipped, and we have justice. Justice, balance. This is the Gustav Klimt deck. Justice, scales. But why a sword and a scale? And her eyes are closed, by the way. So perhaps like the eyes, because the way that we see is limited as humans. The optic nerve, and all of the mechanisms that help us to perceive, are they real? Can they be trusted? So justice is blind. So how does she measure truth? How does she measure fairness? And how does she exact truth? Like the sword there, how does she determine justice? The other card that came out is the Four of Cups. He looks kind of sad. Not sad per se, but maybe you can see him, he's looking away. He's looking away, almost indifferent. Four of Cups. What was the other one that came out? And the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, but reversed. I don't really do reversals very often, but here we are. Ten of Cups. Yeah, so I mean, again, as I said, we're coming to the end of the wood snake year, and we're shedding. The snake, it slithers low to the ground. It's going through rough terrain, and it has to hide itself when it's ready to shed, because it's at its most vulnerable. So we're at the peak of the shedding process. We're the most vulnerable, where like our rawness of our newness is exposed. We're exposed. And we we can't see what's next. We can't see what's next. And four to me represents like security, foundation, and his indifference to it is like, if you can't see, you don't know. So like there's some emotional destabilization and the emptying of um, emotional security and fulfillment of the Ten of Cups. So maybe representing a time of re-envisioning, like emptying ourselves entirely from what we thought was emotional fulfillment and the world that we're closing out of, and reimagining what's possible. And yeah, we have the Ace of Cups, reimagining what it's like, a new emotional seed being planted, a new emotional seed being planted for the fire horse. So discovering new desires, discovering new passions, a new vision, a new way forward, a new purpose, a new mission that emotionally anchors in for the fire horse. So a for the last several years, we've had just earth and water energies dominant in terms of the astrology. And now that we're moving into an era of fire and air, we're closing all this out. We're getting all of these this water energy coming through, representing, I believe, um, the the end. And we have the knave of chalice. And in Greek mythology, I forget the name of the mortal, but the gods would have a mortal um, be a cupbearer in order to, if someone attempted to um, poison one of the gods, it was like a game of fate or chance in which the gods who are immortal would get a taste of what it's like to be immortal for the expression, the intensity, the experience, the visceralness of death. Um, the Knave of Cups. So even though he's immature, he's young, he's youthful, and he he is vulnerable to death, the gods revere the status of the cupbearer because it represents something that they'll never experience. So we're witnessing this moment, the death, or not death really so much as it is a transition of a moment of this watery and earthy time of our lives astrologically. We're now moving into um, a time of fire and air. So this is the last moments of the offering to the gods of our immortality, our vulnerability, our ignorance, pain, torment of the human condition in existence. Yeah. All of the cards save justice have been cups. The final scabbed skin or scale of the snake, lingering sensitively, raw, gnashing on the last nerve of our new raw skin before we get thrusted into the fire horse. All right, so anyway, I guess that's it for now. Let's see. Abri Plaza. Well, anyway, thanks for popping in. Thanks for the like, your presence. All right, I think that's good enough. I'm going to peace out. All right, thanks for coming.